The Family Plan is a new Apple TV Plus film which stars Mark Whalberg as an ex-assassin who left that life behind in order for him to settle down with Michelle Monaghan and start a family. However, when his past catches up to him, he has to take his family on a road trip to Vegas in order for them to start a new life and be safe. And this movie is right up my alley, mostly because we just had the PG-13 version of that film with Nobody, and that movie was a lot of fun. That movie came out of nowhere and surprised everybody that saw it. So with the Family Plan, you basically have the same premise, except you have different cliches, and the action sequences are not fun, and the comedy just doesn't hit. I was not the biggest fan of this movie because this movie is chock full of cliche. Now, this isn't the worst thing that I've ever seen. It's enjoyable to one degree or another. I can see why some people will have fun with this movie. However, when it comes down to me and my general preferences of what I wanted this movie to be, even though it wasn't going to reach those heights of Nobody, mostly because this is a tamed version of that movie, you're still supposed to make this movie exciting and a lot of fun, even though you have all those cliches thrown in here. And I was just not able to really buy a lot of the cliches in this movie or a lot of the action sequences, even though I had fun with some of them. Not all of them, but I had fun with some of them. However, this movie is just absolutely boring and unfunny, and the chemistry between everybody is just not there. You have Mark Wahlberg's daughter, who is a journalist. However, she quit that and she never told Mark Wahlberg because she absolutely hated it. And now she is trying to go to college with her boyfriend. And then you know exactly how that situation is going to turn out. And then you have the brother who is a gamer who is keeping that side of him a secret. You know exactly how this movie is just going to turn out. You know exactly every single plot point that this movie is going to take, and there's not really a lot of surprises. Even when it comes down to the cliches at the end, it just didn't work for me because it there is something that happens at the end of this movie that didn't make sense at all. And it just came out of nowhere where it's just like, how did we get from point A to point B that way? If you don't care about all that, if you don't care about cliches, if you don't care about criticizing every little thing, then you're going to have a lot of fun with this movie because there are some enjoyment to have if you want to sit down with the family and check it out. But this movie was not for me. This movie was just formulaic, paint by numbers. You know exactly how this movie is going to end, and Mark Wahlberg does his very best to keep this movie afloat, but not even he is able to keep this movie from not being boring because it just felt like he was sleepwalking through a lot of it. Just watch Nobody. You're going to have a lot more fun than with The Family Plan, and I think that is a better family movie than The Family Plan. But those are my thoughts on The Family Plan. Are you guys planning on checking this out, or are you just going to skip it? Go ahead and drop your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll catch you guys for the next reviews.